Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and today we're going to take a look at my Game Week 4 transfer plans. Now I'm recording this just as the Man City team lineup has come out for their game against Sheffield United. I just brought in Phil Foden, and of course he gets ill and does not start in this Sheffield United game. So hopefully he comes on and does something. By the time you're watching this, you already know the result. If he doesn't, then obviously I think I'm looking at a pretty low score this game week, but I will still discuss my transfer plans in this video and see how I can shape up for game week 4 to build my squad well for the coming game weeks as well. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please give it a like and also subscribe as well if you are new around here. So as usual, we'll talk about my squad balance first before taking a look at the team for game week 4 without transfers made. So 4 tiers as per usual: pending transfers, short-term holds, mid-term holds, and the foundation tier, as well as the bench down there. So from pending transfers, you can already see that Gabriel is there. As I mentioned a couple of times already, Gabriel will be my route to Kieran Trippier come game week 5, sorry. So I don't think it's absolutely necessary that I make a transfer this week to take Gabriel out, right? So that's already one thing that's on my mind, but he is kind of the biggest red flag that's in my team. So taking a look at the short-term holds, there are a couple of players here that I can consider shipping out of my team, but obviously they're not as urgent as the Gabriel one. So there's Ebrici, Eze. Life has not been easy being a Eze owner, no pun intended, right? But he has blanked in every single game week from game week 1 to game week 3, so I can consider shipping him out, but he does have Wolves at home in game week 4, and then the fixtures after that look pretty good. So do I be patient and hold him, or do I sell him for someone like a Raheem Sterling and James Maddison, etc., right? And then I have Marcus Rashford as well. I could go for Bruno Fernandes. From Rashford to Fernandes, it does seem like a bit of a sideways move, so I don't really like that. So for the time being, he seems like a hold for me as well. And then for Estupinian, the fixtures turn really bad. From game week 4 all the way to game week 9, the only easy fixture for Brighton is really Bournemouth in game week 7. So aside from that, it just looks really tough for Brighton in general this run, so I could consider shipping him out. Now, looking at the mid-term holds, there's Foden, Jackson, and Mbeumo. These players are pretty much players I can hold for about 3 to 5 or even 6 game weeks, where they are players with decent fixtures. Now, we just mentioned Foden earlier in this video. Now Foden is ill for this current match that we're looking at right now, and if he does come off the bench, right, great, but I think come game week 4 onwards, once he's recovered from his illness, I don't foresee him being too much of a problem, right? So I still think that he will be a mid-term hold for me, especially since I just brought him in game week 3. Alright, so Jackson and Mbeumo as well, right? Great fixtures, and they are on pretty alright form as well. Right, for the foundation tier, Haaland, Saka, Chilwell, Onana, I won't be selling any of these players anytime soon. Of course, Onana doesn't look great. Manchester United's defense just does not look great at all, but I wouldn't be spending a transfer on a keeper anytime soon. Now, just one thing to mention about Levi Colwill on the bench. Currently, I'm already tripled up on Chelsea in Chilwell, Colwill, and also Jackson up front. But the thing is, if I do want to have Raheem Sterling in my midfield, I can consider dropping Colwill down to someone else, a player from another team, so that I can free up that third Chelsea slot to get Raheem Sterling in the midfield as well. So these are some things that are on my mind. Let's now take a look at how the team is shaping up in game week 4 without any transfers made. So this is my team in game week 4 without any transfers made, and the first impression that I get of my team is that there's nothing too much to worry about here, aside from the fact that maybe my defense may fall short a little bit, right? Because I have Onana playing Arsenal away, and I also have Estupinian playing Newcastle at home. But aside from that, I think the fixtures are really good for the rest of my players, right? For Colwill and Chilwell, they both play Nottingham Forest at home. I am aware of the threat of Taibo Ewoniyi as well, right? So I can consider making a defensive transfer to drop Colwill to the bench and maybe take Gabriel out for someone else and play that defender instead. So that's something that's on my mind. But aside from that, the midfielders and the forward look really good, right? Saka, Mbeumo, Foden, Rashford, and Eze. The only one here that I'll be worried about a little bit, right, is Eze, because he hasn't been performing as I would have expected, and I do feel like his time in my team could be numbered if he doesn't start to pick up his performances, because Crystal Palace just don't look like a side that are going to score a lot of goals as well, right? So at this point in time, that's what I'm thinking about my midfield. And up front, of course, Erling Haaland, Fulham at home, Nicholas Jackson playing Nottingham Forest at home. Now, comparing my team to, I think, teams that are closer to the template, who probably would have double double Arsenal and double Manchester United, I feel like this team, without any transfers made, is already a little bit ahead of that, because I already have Foden in place here, who plays Fulham at home, and I also have Mbeumo, Bournemouth at home, Eze, Wolves at home as well, right? So I think I'm a little bit ahead of them, and I'm just gonna try and see whether I can experiment a little bit with my transfers to try and weed out the areas where I think my team will fall short, which is the defensive areas as well. So let's take a look at the tinkering tool now by Fantasy Football Hub, and then we'll make some changes to the team and see how we can improve it. So this is my team on the Fantasy Football Hub transfer planner, and the changes that I'm thinking about this week mainly revolve around my defenders. Now, I'm not too confident of playing Estupiñán against Newcastle, so I can potentially take Gabriel out for someone else instead of Kieran Trippier, and then do Colwell to Kieran Trippier in game week 5 instead, right? Because at the end of the day, come game week 5, I already want to have Kieran Trippier in my team, right? So one of the possible replacements that I can do Gabriel down to is Udogie, right? He plays Burnley away in game week 4. Right, that he's currently nursing a knock, but the Tottenham manager did say that he's fine as well, right? So let's say I bring Udogie into the team for Gabriel, and then I drop Estupiñán down to the bench. Obviously, I put him first on the bench, and this is something that I'll line up with. Already the backline looks pretty strong as well, right? Two Chelsea players playing Nottingham Forest at home, and then Udogie playing Burnley away. Now, come game week 5, I can after that do Levi Colwell, right, to Kieran Trippier, and this would kind of allow me to do this hokey cokey where I've kind of swapped out my 4.5 defender, right? Because initially it was Levi Colwell, but now it'll be Udogie, who I think rotates really well with Estupiñán moving forward as well, right? So this is currently what I'm thinking about. So going back to game week 4 now, if I do Udogie into my team for Gabriel, right, I will be lining up with this starting 11. So let me know what you guys think. I have a 93% game week rating here and a 96% team rating. So aside from doing Udogie, there's also a possibility that I can go, because funds aren't an issue, I can go for someone like Vardiol as well. Right, so he is someone that I can consider. Of course, Man City's defense is one of the best in the leagues, and obviously kind of fixture proof as well. So I can choose to go for Vardiol as well. So let me know what you guys think of my transfer plans. Let me know who you would go for. Would you go for Vardiol or would you go for Udogie? Let me know down in the comments below, and also let me know what you are doing with your teams, and I'll try and help as many people as I can. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in more Game Week 4 content very soon. Bye bye.